Good time. Good pocket. High throw. Oh, it's picked off on the ricochet. Terrell Edmonds has got it. Weaving his way. Another interception thrown by Burrow. 3 last week. 1 in the first quarter in Pittsburgh. Beneath the Bengal 46, 3rd and 13. The pump fake, he was hit on the play, and that's intercepted by Wilson. The big hit came from Sam Hubbard. Hubbard got the arm of Roethlisberger. It's a turnover and a pick. Nickel secondary for Pittsburgh. Brief the block. Outside they go, and they got Chase. Underneath, they got Boyd, who grew up 25 minutes from there. Broke a tackle and takes it in. That's a Cincinnati touchdown. He broke an attempted tackle by Ingram. 17-yard touchdown pass. Here come the Steelers. 14 yards of offense, 26 penalty yards, and a turnover. 1st and 10. Fake to Harris. Block out there by Moore. The left tackle. The pocket crumbles, and down he goes. Was it Cam Sample? It was. The rookie from Tulane.
You really need to get that left side engaged to pull it through. Steelers have yet to convert a 3rd down, and the Bengals come after him.
3rd and 11. That was deflected, incomplete, and well over the head of Washington. There was coverage on the play by Ueje.
Pass interference. Defense. Number 22.
Hold if the ball's in the air, which clearly the officials thought. Watch as they grab him at the top of the route.
Rookie Harris out of Alabama, the 1st-round pick in motion. Then got by Wilson with the pump fake, and then drives and's got the 1st down.
Otherwise, you got to do all this kind of this short dink and dunk type passing in order to get the ball out of your hands.
It's a 3rd and 6, and that's incomplete. And Claypool was in his sights. A thicket of Bengal defenders back. They come in 1-1. Pittsburgh 1-1 after the punt by the Steelers. 19-yard line, 1st and 10. Mixon. Good blocking. Big hole into the secondary. Wow, what terrific blocking ahead. Burrow 4 of 6. Good block by Spain. Burrow on the move, and from behind, Schobert drags him down, shy of the 1st. 1st and 10.
280.
Fake to Harris. Okorafor, the good block at that right tackle, and Ben continues to look. And he's being chased by Hill and taken down. Another Cincinnati sack. It's the 2nd, and the loss is back to the 20, losing 5. 2nd down, 15. Watt was back there. Underneath they go. Juju Smith-Schuster. Hit by Evans. Brought down by Hilton. Harris. Big hole. Got by the tackle of Pratt. Into the secondary. Oh, it's hard to bring him down. He's a big physical runner.
He does a juke to the outside and cuts it inside and picks up a couple extra yards instead of trying to bounce it.
And no huddle. It's a 1st and 10 throw to Claypool. Brought down by Apple. This was a big top. Smith-Schuster, a 16-yard catch and run. 3rd and 4. Best looking drive today for Pittsburgh. Moore the block. And it's caught by Harris. Down to the 27. Ben is 12 of 17. 13th completion, Harris. Looking for a block. Trying to skip through the defense. Bates brought him down. 1st and goal, and it's caught right there. In for the touchdown. Freiermuth. First as a pro. Number 399 for Ben. A 4-yarder. 2 timeouts, 1st and 10. And he's got his receiver right here, Mike Thomas. His 2nd catch of the season with P. Ryan is in. 1 timeout for Cincinnati. And going deep into the end zone and caught by Chase. Oh my goodness, what a grab. 34-yard touchdown throw. Chase has now come up with 3 long touchdown reception.
Yeah, they have been, and when you look at from a numbers standpoint, the Bengals haven't put up huge numbers, but they have held up.
Mixon 1st and 10, breaking tackles, and finally tripped up on the play.
It's such a fine line for a quarterback. You have to have a short memory, whether it's a good play or a bad play, and be able to move on.
1st and 10. Jackson a block inside. That one is caught. Reef the block. That's the aforementioned Evans. He's got the first down and more. Took it and flew. Schobert got him from behind. The catch and run inside. 152, 2 touchdown passes, 3rd and 12. They need the 13. Slinging it outside and incomplete for the tight end, Uzama. The only kicker taken in this past draft. 5th round pick out of Florida. 43-yard attempt. It is away and good. 3rd and 4. Watt will release. Then on the move. Intercepted on the play and picked up by Wilson. His 2nd interception today. Brought down by Harris inside the 20 at the 19 at Pittsburgh. Ben Roethlisberger has just thrown his 2nd interception. Burrow runs it himself, repaired knee and all, and a block by his college teammate Jamar Chase. 1st and goal. Reef the block. Williams the block to the end zone. Touchdown! It's Jamar Chase with his 2nd today. 9-yard strike. And the Bengals build their lead. They had a lot of injuries too last year. Reader. It's Harris. Got by Wilson. Broke a tackle of Apple. Bouncing off bodies like a pinball. Hit by Hubbard and finally brought down by Bates. A 22-yard catch and run to the 39 of Cincinnati.
Pittsburgh get this within a 2-possession game.
3rd down and 10. Ben going deep to the end zone and incomplete. 42-yard field goal try here for Boswell, who kicked the longest in the stadium's history last week against Vegas of 56. And
he pulled it.
He had never missed a field goal attempt against Cincinnati.
Hayward didn't want any of it.
This defense has faced 2 of the NFL's top offenses in the first 2 weeks, and a pretty good one in Cincinnati today outside Mixon. Here in Pittsburgh, 3rd and 5 as we start the 4th. Roethlisberger gets the block from Haig. Oh, and he's got the receiver, and that's McLeod making up for the drop. Acrobatic catch. 3rd down and 4 for Roethlisberger. Claypool knifes his way and gets the first down. Took it by Apple. Brought down by Wilson. Gain of 8 on 3rd and 4.
McLeod had a hand. Somebody grabbed his face mask and yanked him down.
Roethlisberger 1st and goal. Moves out of harm's way. Oh, now they get him from behind. Another sack. So here comes Boswell with a 26-yard field goal try. He's perfect inside 30. And there he goes. Drills it from 26.
And if they decide to double him, then other guys get freed up.
Right.
So, big 3rd down here for the defense.
3rd down 10. He has Chase. Jamar the catch in the middle at the 36. He's hit by the rookie Trey Norwood.
Getting low and securing the catch.
He played his college ball at Michigan State. 1st and 10. Haig to block at the right tackle. Outside they go Claypool. Go. 2nd down and 5 here. Ben. And he's got him. Claypool. And he worked on Von Bell with another twisting catch. 1st and 10. Roethlisberger. Oh, the pocket crumbles and he's hit by Hubbard and brought down. Another sack, the 4th on Roethlisberger. Roethlisberger with a 3rd down and 10. Haig the block at the right tackle to the end zone. Incomplete and broken up by Von Bell. Here we go. 4th and 10. It goes to Harris. With a beat on him over there is Davis Gaither.
And that was what they did. They put everybody at the line of scrimmage, made it look like they're going to blitz.
Big win for the Cincinnati Bengals in Pittsburgh. The State Farm postgame show is coming up. For Melanie Collins and Trent Green, Kevin Harlan, good night from Pittsburgh.